Hey, DJ Dark Virtue. This deck is for people starting back who used to play a lot in with the classic back when it started. And they just have old god cards. This deck is basically for people who don't have League of Explorers Grand Tournament or Black Rock Mountain and want to play standard. And you can kind of use this as the tier list for crafting legendaries if you want. Um, you should have Sylvanas. And Alexstraza is really good, especially if you want to do like certain heroics for other expansions. But anyway, basically, this deck does a lot of unexpected things with Baron Geddon and Alexstraza, and you're ramping all the way to C'Thun, which you get for free. Um, and it has a lot of classic cards. So basically, your goal is just to ramp. And against control matchups, waiting for Alexstraza if you could to use her to get him down to like 15 health, then you just bring on the damage. This deck's good up to level or rank 5, so after that it's kind of hit or miss. But anyway, like this isn't a tier 1 deck by any means. Like instead of Doomsayer, I used to have I don't know, Living Roots, and in the tier 1 decks you have Raven Idol with what's his name, Fandral or whatever. But anyway, this deck isn't by any means like the best deck, but it's just for people transitioning from having the classic cards to combining with the old gods. Like Twin Imp is probably the first old gods card you want to craft. That's a legendary. Anyways, just one Mire Keeper, things like that. But anyway, your whole goal is to ramp to start dropping the heavy threats or get Alexstraza or C'Thun before anyone else. Like Sylvanas, like a lot of decks use mulch, but that's not really an option, so you have to kind of finesse it with Sylvanas. Anyway, card draw, burst or taunt. But anyway, if you don't have any of these cards, you can kind of replace them with whatever you need to. Like instead, if you don't have Twin Imp and you wanna try it, you can use like Ancient of War, or anything like that. I mean, you don't need Ragnaros. You could use anything else, but the cards you probably need are Sylvanas, Alexstraza. Baron Geddon is really something no one ever expects, and he's good against Shaman matchups and other aggro matchups, because once you use your 2 swipes, then they think they're free to aggro, and then you just Baron Geddon. Another card you could probably use or craft is Yogg Saron. But anyway, that deck's good till probably rank 5. But if you just want to use, if you're just getting back into Hearthstone, you just want to use the classic cards, do a Miracle Rig maybe, either that or some kind of face deck. But you don't. A lot of these cards are interchangeable. Like you don't need Tomb Pillager or Emperor Thracian. Thalnos and Jenkins and Van Cleef are probably really good for classics, but if you're just gonna stick with classics and you want to get pretty high, just do you can try Miracle Rogue if you want something challenging other than face. But anyway, this is the Druid deck for cards using only cards from the classic set and the old gods. Like I said, rank 5 is realistic. Some of the cards are interchangeable, but this is the general theme. Just throw out a lot of damage as soon as you Alexstraza if you can. Just throw up a lot of taunt, buff your C'Thun. Yeah, try it out. Let me know what you think.